I think our leopard is doing pretty well in here, aren't they? Look at them. Gonna use their robbing pad? Or they're just thinking about it? Oh, wow. Okay, that is not how I thought they'd use it. That's pretty cool, though. Oh, they are beautiful animals, aren't they? And critically endangered, so we definitely need to get a female in here so we can start breeding. This poor guy is all on his own. I mean, that's how they like to live, but we do need babies, so... Last drink cleanliness is 98% as well. What's up with that? Should be 100% clean. Got a water treatment right here. What's wrong with your water? Yeah, it's 100% clean. Okay, that must be a strange fluke. Well, speaking of food and water, let's check up on our vet research, because I want to see if we've got any better food for anyone. I think we've unlocked all the level 3s, actually. But I am going to put one of our vets to start researching the Amur Leopard, because we want to get more stuff for them. We want to get more enrichment, more food, everything. And it looks like we've got a challenge done, or 2 challenges done. So adopt habitat species. We've done 2 of 2. That's cool. And breed a new habitat animal. We've done 1. Nice. Get a bit of extra cash. That's not bad. And we've got a couple of alerts. Okay. Vending machine's broken down. Request the mechanic. Why are you making us a loss? Oh, because we don't sell them for much? Prices. I guess they cost more than they earn. But that's fair. Is it just these, though? I suppose let's have a look. And this ATM's without power because this power unit needs your mechanic. Okay. I'm going to leave it just for now before I adjust their maintenance periods. But some of them that have more things in them might need more frequent maintenance than others. I'm actually going to have a look at, not heat maps. In the zoo, there's a facilities tab where we can look at how much money all our stuff makes. So, profit 0. None of the ATMs make profit, but we don't charge anything. Okay, how about these guys? The vending machines, these 2 make money, but most of them do not make money. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, they have low demand. They're rarely used. These 2 have high demand. Oh no, these are actual places though. So the ones that are efficient seem to make money, but some of them do not make any money at all, including these. Okay, well if they're low demand, let's get rid of them because they're just extra. Like if they're gonna just go here instead, maybe we thin them out. It's just that our guests are complaining about the facilities. Well, let's put the zoo ticket prices up as well because they think it's great. So let's make it like 35 and 18 or something, or 36 even, and we'll have it be double for adults. That seems good. And actually, we've got a great inspection report last, which is good. That's going to help our marketing. Currently, our marketing is the only thing lacking. And I think we're still making money, so we're not doing too badly. But that's definitely not helping. Oh my goodness. A dangerous animal's escaped. How did you get out? Oh my goodness. No, not in the Dama Gazelle habitat. That is a dangerous situation. We're going to have to emergency capture you before you hurt one of our Dama Gazelles. Oh no. How did you get out? You must have jumped this fence from a tree or something. Okay, well that's not good. And we're about to have another baby Père's David deer. Which is actually really awesome. I'm super excited about that. But this is not good. And they're about to be fed as well. We need to make sure that they can't get out when they get back in here. Oh, now it's saying that these are efficient, so there's still low demand on a lot of these though. I think maybe these two really don't get used. Let's get rid of these because at least we can save a little bit of money there. And any that stay low demand all the time, we can see. But they were doing well, I thought, these 2. Okay, we'll leave the others and see how they go. But yeah, let's just mainly focus on getting our leopard back and checking that they're okay. And the inspectors arrived. Thank God the inspector didn't arrive just a few moments before, because that would have been really bad. I'm going to preemptively just move this wall up to be the same height as the other ones. There we go. They're back from the sound of things. There they are. Let's check now on habitat. Can you escape? Yes, you can still jump out here. What are you jumping from? Oh, this rock. This is how they got out. This rock here. Okay, well, I'm going to move this in. And then we can see if you can still make it. Yeah, you still can. Okay, we just need to raise this wall up a little bit. And now if we click on a leopard... Yes! Okay, cool. They cannot escape. That's what we want to see. Right, well, let's have a look at getting a female in here, if we can. Have we got any? Okay, there are a few in here. 302's not bad. Oh, there's a female here we can afford. Their immunity's 17. What's this one like? That one is better. But it's 302 credits. We are 1 credit away. I feel like we can make that work. I think what we should do is maybe... Let's have a look at our otters here. I don't know what groups these guys live in. Let's go to the Zoopedia and have a look. They live in groups of 2. So what we could do is we could release 2 otters, and that would help. I think, seeing as we've only got like 20 seconds, I think we've got to just get this female that we can actually afford. That's just such a shame that she's lower in immunity. But she's not the worst. It's not awful. So let's get them. And then send her to our quarantine facility. And then we can move them into this second habitat we have here that is not fit for purpose at all yet. Like, it's so wrong for what we need. I also think we're going to need another entrance over here at some point, aren't we? Maybe one over here that pulls in the same way. But I don't think we should put that in yet because there's nothing over here really for them to get to. But I think that would be good. If we expand the zoo this way, that seems like a good area. So I think we'll do that. And I do think maybe to resolve some of these vending machines, because I don't want to lose loads of money, we could get rid of these and just eat into the bush dog's habitat very slightly, because it is absolutely massive for their needs. Like, this is way beyond what the bush dogs actually need. And look at them, just sleeping by the heater. That's an amazing view from the habitat cam. Oh, look at them in their little huts over here. We haven't seen the bush dogs in ages. They're so adorable. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to just take this corner out over here. If I pause the game, let's delete these benches, take this fence just in very slightly, and we can build a little bamboo shack for drinks that's in keeping with this stuff, but just maybe like 4 meters back. Okay, let's see how that looks. If we click on one of our sleeping bush dogs here. Oh my goodness, 2 of them sleeping next to each other. Yeah, they're absolutely happy with this area and they can't escape, so that's what we want to see. I've left this tree in. Now what we can do is we could, if this is coffee and water, maybe we upgrade this to have the actual stores here. So let's put in guest facilities. Let's turn the blueprints off and put in a pip shop water. Where are you? Pip shop water. There's so many blue ones. Put a water in here and a coffee. How we had it. Okay, that seems much better for everyone. They've got some actual drinks facilities here, which should mean we don't need these as well. Because I'm thinking that's going to serve all their needs. That's an energy drink and a hydration drink. So we should be good. I am going to have to put them into the work zone though. So they're going to go into the, where were they? Entrance zone, probably. Yeah. Into the entrance zone. And they can work in there. They've got their staff room down there. I'm wondering, do we give them this staff room? No, they'll probably be fine with that one. We could even upgrade their staff room back here because I think it'll fit. Yeah, I think these staff rooms... Oh, they're slightly bigger. Okay. I think it might fit, you know? It might just need a bit of a weird entrance point. Because I believe there's enough space behind here. Yeah, I think there is. So I might do that. We just have to adjust the shape of the building slightly. Though, they seem fine. There's not really anyone using it, so it's probably okay. We can always give them another small one. I think I'm going to leave the staff room as it is. And we've got this education ratings 12%. We've actually got it to 13%. I'm about to have another pair, Davy. Oh my goodness, look at the babies. About to have another baby. Whoa. So we've got our male here. 4.5 years old. Is that the one we bought? I think so. I'm going to pause because a dangerous animal's escaped and it could be the leopard being silly again. Yeah, this is the one. So we've got a young adult male. Oh, yeah, because he was just breeding age, wasn't he? And then we've got 2 babies now. That's amazing. And they're both playing in the water together. That is so cute. Oh, yeah, the dangerous animal. Hold on. How have you gotten out now? I'm going to emergency capture. Are you climbing the trees? Climbing enabled. Yeah, I think they're climbing the trees. That is something we're going to have to think about. Because we might need to make these trees go a little closer to their habitat. A little further away from the edge. And we might want to just raise these barriers up. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. On this section, I'm going to raise these up to match the other wall. Now we've brought that one up. I think it just makes sense to have them come over here. There we go. Lots of alerts. Okay, so that is fine. Oh, we've got quarantine pass. That's great. And a vending machine's broken down. Let's request the mechanic for that. We're about to have a baby elephant. Oh my goodness. Babies after babies. Look at the baby elephant there. And you're about to have another one. Look at this food as well. That is good food. Look at them. Aren't they just adorable? And we're about to have another baby when they stop eating. They just want to have a little eat before they give birth. I mean, I respect it. I'm not judging at all. Oh, wow. She is demolishing that. Go, girl. You go. She's eating for 2, so fair play. And then I imagine she'll be thinking about having her baby. Nope, still going in for food. Okay. Oh, now she's done, I think. She's backing away. And then she'll lie down and we'll have another baby elephant. That is awesome. Oh, she's going to run away. That is a funky run. Are you sure that's how you want to run? Maybe she's finding a spot. Yeah, offspring imminent. She is definitely going to give birth. Please say you're not going to go for a mud bath before you give birth. That would be ridiculous if that is the case. She's literally just living her standard life, like, not concerned that she's about to give birth at all. Or does she want to give birth on the mud? Maybe they do that. Yeah, I think she's giving birth. She's laid down. Is there going to be a little baby? Or is she just playing in the mud? I think she's just playing in the mud. Okay. You can never really tell because all they do in the mud is they sit down. Like the rhinos roll around and stuff, but the elephants literally just stand up and sit down. So I don't know if that's a bug or if that's how it's intended, but it is a bit underwhelming for a interaction with the mud pit we put in for them. Look at those soulful eyes. Please give birth. Oh, this could be it. What do we think? There we go. It was it. There's a little baby. Oh, look at you. Immediately running away. I'm going to have to center the camera on them because they're moving too quickly. Look at them. Constantly avoiding the camera. Very camera shy baby. Oh, look. They're so cute. Very, very sweet. And we're doing our part for the species, which is awesome. Okay. Let's check on this leopard situation. Escape artist. Can you get out? Yes, you can still get out. How can you jump that? That is crazy. I'm gonna move this rock down as well. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to get rid of it. Okay, now it says you can't escape. 100% says you can't escape. Wow, look, they can get up here. How crazy is that? By climbing. That's so cool. Whoa, what's going on over here? Well, that's not good. Did I not put it in a work zone? Oh, I did. I feel like our mechanics are struggling a little bit. Let's check on them. Educators, mechanics. Apparently that's efficiency. Okay. I'd prefer it if stuff didn't break down, personally. I think we're going to need to just, yeah, emergency call the mechanic on all of these. And I think maybe we hire another mechanic that just does general work. In fact, we've got the money. How expensive are mechanics? At the low level, not that expensive. I'm going to hire like a junior and a senior mechanic for each work zone. Because I think that makes more sense. And instead of editing that, I'm going to go to our staff here. Where are they? For some reason, they weren't both showing up in the other menu. So no work zone. I'm going to put you on maintenance 1 and you can go on maintenance 2. And then we've got a couple of senior and a couple of junior staff members. And the Amur Leopard is still ready to pass. Right, let's move you into here because you passed quarantine. We need to get our female in there. And I think this shop is working quite well. There we go. That was worth doing. Oh, our tree is kind of clipping through here. I didn't notice that. If we rotate the tree, though. I don't think that's too bad. We can, like, rest on the roof there a little bit. Cool. Hopefully that is helping out our guest needs as well. They need the loo. That's the main thing. And they still like the ticket price. So let's put the tickets up. Let's say 40 and 20. Because we've got elephants here and leopards. So we've got a lot to offer. Oh, and our leopard is here. We've got 2 Amur leopards now. Whoa, look at her. They're so like majestic and powerful at the same time, aren't they? Like they're beautiful creatures and terrifying. I'm gonna click on them, see, yeah, they can jump out in a couple of spots, but it's not that bad. Okay, so let's just raise up this back wall generally. That looks good. Okay, they can't get out. That's what we like. That is what we like to see. And the keepers can't get hit either. That isn't good, but that's because we haven't put it in the work zone. So let's add this to the Africa zone, and we are really going to need to make a keeper after this. We're going to have to make a new keeper zone. But we've got the people assigned. It's just they're not super well organized, but that's fine. We can definitely do that soon. Right now, I just want to get this habitat up and running, though, because look at their little face. We can't leave them without a habitat, can we? They're adorable. So you're not happy with the terrain, I imagine. No, not at all. And it's got no hard shelter or anything. Let's make it more fun like we did for the other one. I think let's raise it up in the middle. I don't want to do too much terrain editing because it's not the most like sustainable. But if we're doing small amounts of dirt like this, it's really not that much excavation. And we've done a little bit elsewhere. So I'm going to say that we've just stored the soil and now we're putting it back over here. Because this will give them a lot of quality of life. Even just having like a little hill like that will make their habitat much more interesting for them. They need a lot more rock and a lot more soil. So let's do that now. Alright, that seems good. And then we're going to need to put some water in for them as well. And it's going to need to be on this side because that's where our water treatment stuff is. So I may have a little area down here. I think that's probably good. Still gives them loads of walking area. Although, how much land area did they need? I think if there's a female and 2 babies, they need 816. So we're going to give them 1,600 at least. Yeah. Okay, so we've done that. Perfect. That's good. Okay, so that worked out quite well. And they've got some swimming as well. Plus, if there are 2 of them in here, that's the other thing we need to think about. So if there's 2 adults, they're the same requirement basically as 1 adult and 2 babies. So that's not so bad. 816 and 816. Cool. But these guys are crucially missing their climbing area, so we do need to put that in. I think they do get some climbing from their trees as well. Let's check on our male over here. Because I think when we add... Yeah, I think that's more than we gave them, because they do get climbing from trees. So if we see here, can we look at... We can look at traversable area. I don't think we have any that say, like, climbing that you can look at. But, yeah, that seems fine. Oh, what does breeding look like? Oh, wow. That's cool. I'm going to pause it. So you can see the ones that are capable of breeding are, like, light blue, and the ones that aren't are dark, like, grey. That's so cool. We do need to get Kevin back in here with the ladies. In fact, Kevin could move back in now that we've got all our males in here. I think I'm going to move Kevin across as our breeding male. Let's shuffle him back in and he can start breeding again. Because I don't think any of these are his babies that have grown up other than these 2 here. Oh, and there's a 3rd one. Okay. We'll put you on contraceptives. We'll give Kevin another breeding season and then maybe we'll release him with the other males and get a new male in because he's got a lot of females in here that are related to him. But I do want to get some more in first so we can breed up the herd a little bit. And I also don't mind if Kevin just lives there and they're, you know, if they're on contraceptives, that should be fine. I'm also remembering we had some baby otters. So yeah, there's a female here that's grown up. So I'm going to put her on contraceptives because these guys live in animal, like they live in a family group. So it makes sense that they'd be with their dad, but we don't want them to be breeding with their dad because that is not good. And we have a challenge reward. So increase the spectacled flying fox education rating to 14%. We've done it. Let's claim the reward. Might as well get some cash. Right, back to our leopards. I think let's add some climbing in for these guys. And I'm going to incorporate their shelters in by filtering here by the species of Amur Leopard. And that should bring up the shelters particularly that are relevant to them. But they're all climbable. So I'm going to put them all together. and then we can make some shelter into their climbing. Okay, what do you think about that climbing? I think they're quite happy with that. So they've actually got more walking area now, which is even better for them because they can walk on different levels. We've elevated the terrain, and yeah, they can go through there. I don't know why this is so odd here. I'm gonna try and flatten this out so we don't get this come through because I don't really like that. Oh, we might just need to raise this up slightly. No, it seems to... I think it's because the bedding needs to be, like, on the ground. Like, exactly on the ground. And I don't know if we'll be able to raise this up so it's above. I don't think we can. That's a bit of a shame. But we might be able to disguise it. What does the soil look like? Okay, that's not as noticeable. That's really annoying, though. But I'm going to go with that. And we'll have a bit of a soily area here. And then it kind of blends in a bit more. What do you think of that, though? Are you quite happy with that? I think so. They do want some toys and they want some food enrichment. And generally some food would be good for them. So I think let's put some food in. We have a large food tray in here because they are going to be multiple of them in here. And they're going to need a way for the keeper to put that on there. So I think we're going to need a little ramp here. Otherwise our keeper is definitely not going to be able to feed them. And if we're filtering by them as well, it's deselected. But yeah, they can't have the arboreal feeding platform. They need the food tray. I'm going to put this walkway. In fact, I'm going to put the wider one because it is for our human. And they're not a leopard. They shouldn't have to walk in some crazy way that I'm sure the leopard doesn't have an issue with. I think what we may do is we may move this food tray to here. No, it's fine. I'm going to leave it up there. It's a bit interesting. So the keepers are going to have to walk up there, though. But that should be very accessible for them. Now, we do need to check they can't get out. Because we have just added a lot of jumpable areas. But I don't think any of them are near enough the edge. They don't seem to be. Cool. That is what we like. And I figured they have like a little pier here if they want to approach the water like that. In fact, I think it's actually slightly below the water level, which I don't like. So I'm going to raise that up just a tad. So it's, yeah, I want it at, like on the water level. Yeah, cool. And these guys are going to need enrichment as well. So let's add that in for them. If we go on just the enrichment items, I think let's give them a couple of food bits. So maybe we put the frozen block of fish on here. And then we can give them a blood pumpkin here. And in fact, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them the same enrichment as the other leopard has over here. So that's a rubbing pad. And we're going to need the rotation line feeder. That one I think we could probably put back there. And then maybe the rubbing pad could go on here. Let's put the rowing pad up there. And they've got to have a trusty cardboard box. I'm going to put that around the back. Because it gives them something fun over there too. And that should be plenty for them. Yeah, habitat, enrichment. The only thing is their last meal quality, but they weren't even in the habitat yet. So, and that is going to go up the more we do vet research. Let's see what we've got. See if we're already at a level where we can give them better food. I think we can. Yeah, food level 2. Nice. Okay. And we've got more breeding research and everything. So let's do that. Let's give them food level 2. Amur Leopard, food level 2. And who's this? Dama Gazelle needs to be on food 3. I didn't realize we had to do that per habitat. I thought it was like per species. But that's quite good that you have the control per habitat in case you ever wanted to give one of your gazelle habitats grade 3 and one of them grade 1 for some reason. Obviously, we want to give them the highest quality food we can at all times. And look, this is actually drawing people this way, these habitats, which I do really like. Got the appeal over here. Now, they're not going to learn much or donate much, so we need to put some education in. Otherwise, these guys really aren't going to help us out on the donation front. So let's put some habitat education boards. I think, like the elephants over here, I'm going to use the freestanding ones. And just put a couple in over here to teach our guests about the beautiful Amur Leopard. Okay, we've got a couple of education speakers in as well on the back there. Oh, we've got to put a paw print in for the kids too. That's got to go in. Let's put that there. In fact, let's put a couple in. If we move the bins slightly, I think we can definitely fit one in here. And then, oh, I meant next to donation, but I don't know why I put it there. There we go. I'm going to double check they can't escape. Again, they can't escape. And let's, oh, we're about to have another baby elephant. That's amazing. And we've reduced crime. Oh, what is our crime like, actually? Because we're doing really badly. Okay, that's not too bad. Couple of benches. Not so bad. 14 pickpockets chased. 70 pickpocket victims in the zoo. Oh, my goodness. And we only caught 9 of them. I don't think that's very good. I'm not going to lie. I think we might need more security. I'm going to hire a couple more security guards because I think we've got quite a lot of pickpockets. And again on work zones, I'm going to throw them onto the mechanic ones because it divides up the place nicely. So let's put you on maintenance 1 and you on maintenance 2. My goodness. I think I'm also going to train everyone up. Now, I don't want to train the second mechanics up too much because I don't think we really need them that trained. Like, I don't think we need to pay for them that badly. But the keepers and everyone I want trained up. And the same with the vendors. I want all the vendors trained up because they do a lot, actually. And this needs to be in the entrance zone. Now I'm thinking about it. Our 2 new shops we made, these guys over here, they need to be in entrance zone, not in Fox Street Coffee and Pip Shop Water. I want them to join the others. Otherwise, they only work here, and they're not in the entrance zone work zone. So I don't even think they have a staff room. I'm not sure if they'll just go on their own to the nearest one, but this is better that we put them in the work zone properly. And how are our guests feeling about the zoo? Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. It's very spacious. Everything is great. Oh, is that an educator? Who said that? Oh, is that you here? Yeah. Karen, well done. They love them. They love the educator. That's brilliant. Well, speaking of educators, that's what we're missing here. We need to put an education talk point in. And I think it does make the most sense on this side. I kind of actually think this is a good spot for it here. If we level out this so it looks a bit more normal, I think this would be a good area for it. I think let's put them in the Amur Leopard. They can throw food in. And when are our talks going on? That's the main question. This one's April. But what work zone are they in? I think the Africa zone one must be full. Yeah, this is way too many. Oh, yeah, but we said we'd move them across, didn't we? So I'm going to add this into the Africa work zone. We'll just divide it out. We've got the educators that can manage it. So if you're April, you guys are in Asia as well. So this is January. And I think that's it, isn't it? So it's these guys and these guys. So we've got January and then April. So then we want to leave a couple of months. So April, May, June. Maybe this one should be July. And they can throw food. So our educators can come down here and teach our guests about them. And hopefully that will help with donations as well. We're about to get another gazelle mature. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to move this boy into our male habitat then. Before that becomes a problem. We'll schedule that in. And then it's probably a good idea to put some nature in for this leopard because there's nothing in here right now. And we're going to want to use the same plants we used in this build over here. So I might actually just grab them from here and we can keep it the same moving across. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And it's a 52% coverage, which is pretty much what they're after, actually. So that works out pretty well. It's got a nice spread of plants in here, I think. And we're about to have our gazelle mature that we know about. They've already been moved in with Kevin and the other lads. So, I think that's kind of all these guys need. Maybe it's time we learn a little bit more about the Amur leopard. The Amur leopard is a subspecies of the leopard found in temperate forests between the Russian Far East and China. The species is adapted for both warm summers and cold winters of the region. It has a stocky, muscular build, a thick tail, a broad face with small rounded ears, and a dense coat that ranges from tan to orange in base color with a white belly. The body of the animal is covered in black rosettes, turning to solid black spots towards the legs and the underside. Amur leopards measure 60 centimeters to 78 centimeters at the shoulder and 100 centimeters to 136 centimeters in length, with further 82 to 90 centimeters added by their tail. Females tend to be smaller than males, with males weighing between 32 and 48 kilos, while females are lighter with a weight of 25 to 42 kilos. The Amur leopard is a strong and skilled hunter and has been known to kill animals much heavier and larger than them. It will often hunt large prey and then drag the kill into the branches of a tree to store it and hide it. The Amur leopard's winter coat is much longer, at around 3 times thicker than its summer coat. The leopard occasionally vocalizes in short, rapid growls to defend territory or announce their presence. Amur leopards are solitary animals and live alone, except for when a mother is raising her cubs. And when in estrus, a female Amur leopard becomes restless, vocalizing and ranging outside her home range in order to attract a mate. The male then tracks the female through the scent of her urine, and once he's found her, she then engages him by pacing around him and flicking him with her tail, which is hilarious. A couple will remain together for only 2 to 3 days before going their separate ways. Amur leopards are pregnant for 90 to 105 days, after which they'll give birth to a litter between 1 and 3 cubs, with an average of 2. Cubs begin eating meat at 2 months of age and are weaned by 3 months, after which they'll begin accompanying their mother on hunting trips. Juveniles depend on their mother until they're 1.5 to 2 years old, after which they leave to establish their own territory. While she's carrying a litter, the female doesn't go on estrus again, so as soon as she's become pregnant, we're going to separate our male and females into their own habitats, and they can go their separate ways until she's fully raised her cub. Unfortunately, the Amur leopard is critically endangered, and it's one of the world's rarest cats. As of 2021, only 110 Amur leopards were estimated to live in the wild, which is devastating news. And even further, in 1970, there were thought to only be 30 individuals left in the wild, so they were almost extinct. While habitat degradation and low prey availability are factors that threaten their survival, the main reason for their extremely low population numbers is overhunting. This is due to their furs being highly sought after in the fur trade. Captive breeding programs and conservation efforts mean that their numbers are now slowly recovering. However, despite protective measurements, even today the species is under threat from poaching, and the low genetic diversity in Amur leopards that resulted from their low population numbers leads to high infant mortality. In 2012, the Russian government declared an area containing 60% of the remaining Amur leopards to be a national park, and conservationists are campaigning to increase the boundaries of this park into the Chinese areas of the leopard's habitat. Hopefully measures like this, as well as our breeding program in our zoo, can slowly help to recover this beautiful species and push it away from extinction. And now this habitat is complete, let's move our male in with the female and have them both together. So if we add him in here, they can start breeding, which is awesome. That's exactly what we want. And our breeding program has begun. Oh no, she got out. Let's emergency capture her. I think now we've put this stuff in here, this side is too low. I did think it was low. So let's move these up to be a bit more realistic height-wise. In fact, I'm going to change it so it's not windowed on this side, I think, because I just think it seems a bit more natural to have it like that. When they're high walls, you don't really need a high window, do you? That should be fine. If we need to, we can raise this one up as well. Maybe we'll do that. We'll raise these up slightly, and then this wall can come up. I think that works. And we have a perfect test because I think our Amur leopard has just joined. Oh no, they haven't yet. Our male. They're still... Oh, there they are. Okay. But they can let us know whether this is good enough for them or not. Oh, this tree's a bit weird as well. It's got its roots out. Let's move that down. The sycamore maple. Okay, let's see what they think. Now we have our male here. Can you get out anywhere? You're the real escape artist as well. Says that they can't, so that's perfect. And they can access all of the stuff we've made for them. We do also need a door through these habitats. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the game here. I'm going to take this wall here and turn this into a hinged log door. That seems fine. Okay, so that one is opened there. Yeah, they open the door in and they can use both of these spaces. There we go. That's resolved. And now it actually, realistically, they'd use this whole space when they're in together. And then if we need to block it off, we just close this door here. It's just a shame that we can't have that open, realistically, because they like their own space solitarily, which is cool. They like their own space. I can respect that. And they need to be apart whenever they're whenever the babies are there. They're a lot more reactive than they actually are as well, because they're not that damaged. They're just looking like they are. And I'm sure our female will be collected soon and put back into the habitat. Well, now this habitat is up and running and we can finally breed our Amur leopard. I think that's enough for this video. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one.